When you hear the word marketing, do you disassociate and run for the hills? Do you bury your head in the sand and post another story on Instagram and be done with it? You are not the only one, but sharing what you have with others, spoiler, that's all it is, isn't that hard. In fact, even the expert are just winging it, so relax. Spoiler, winging it is the definition of marketing. At the end of May, I visited the Berlin Wedding Wool Weekend, which had nothing to do with anyone's wedding. It is actually a part of Berlin where the event was happening. I met and interviewed some wonderful fiber business owners there, and I shared that report in episode 84. One of the businesses there was Wundersie, and it is run by Anna und Heidrun. I'm saying Anna und Heidrun. Anna and Heidrun. And I immediately spotted their consistent branding, their style, their unique products. And when I talked to Anna, I was intrigued by her answers and found out she's got a background in marketing. That explained a lot. Her knowledge and insights are clearly visible from her website, newsletters, and social media. Naturally, I scheduled a longer conversation with her to find out more. So, how can we learn more about marketing well without getting the heebie-jeebies? Here's Anna. Anna, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to the Pattern Shift podcast.
Hi, Saskia. Thank you for inviting me to your podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited. Your brand just stood out to me in Berlin, and I really had to talk to you and learn a little bit more than just the short conversation we had in Berlin. So how about we start off with a little bit of a kind of a quick fire short questions so that we can get to know you a little bit.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. What has your day been like so far?
Very busy. I usually need till very late at night. And then I wake up something like 6:30 because I have to wake up my kids, bring them to school, and then I start my day, my work, something like 9, 10 a.m.
And I'll give you a sentence with some empty parts in it. And I'll first say the sentence and then I'll ask you to fill in the parts. So I help people ... because or so that they ...
I help people to be proud of their craft, of their knitting, of what they can do with their hands. I help people to start knitting because it's worth sharing. You should be proud of what you do with your hands, of what you can knit for yourself. And because knitting is really like a meditation to me, and it's worth, trying to switch off from your smartphone and do some knitting, change the perspective and slow down.
Yeah, slow down. Yeah. So is your business your main occupation? Or do you have family? You mentioned your family.
Yes, of course. Family is my another occupation, but in the context of business, I do Wundersie full time, but I also parallel to that I have my clients. Well, I have one client at the moment whom I support with marketing, with social media marketing.
Right. Yes. That immediately makes it so clear why you stand out so much. How many years have you been in business, in this Wundersie business?
Well, like almost a year.
Almost a year. Very short.
Yeah, very short. Like from the moment we registered our company, it's been almost a year. But of course, we started, prototyping before, so maybe 2 years now.
Yes. Right. Yeah. And so far, what do you consider your biggest success?
Oh, Well, that we started from scratch, and we are. It's we are not there where I imagined us or wished us to be, but we are growing organically at the moment. From month to month, we are growing in terms of figures, and that's my biggest achievement, because it's not just the figures for me. It's the way I do it, the way I open up. I go online, I do social media, I show myself, and it's a lot of about mindset as well.
Hmm. Just quickly, you say we because it's you and your mother-in-law, right?
And my mother-in-law, we registered together as equal partners. But we also have my husband, who supports us with our B2B clients.
Right.
And we also have a designer, and a person who supports me with the content, with the cutting the content. So I have a small team.
Wow. Yeah. So quickly, a team already. But like a family is a team in itself. And if they are willing to participate, there you are. There's your team.
It's
Uh,
it's it's a great support, yeah.
yeah. Sounds amazing. So we talked about your biggest success. I think that's a big success. And anything that has been that you can label a failure, or if a failure is a little bit too much, a disappointment so far that you are willing to share?
Oh, I love sharing disappointments. Oh, well, maybe I made a decision at the beginning of this year to do Wundersie full time. Like I said, I don't want to have any more clients. I want to completely concentrate on our brand. It's I don't see it as a failure, but I think it was maybe a bit of a rush decision, because I imagined us having a much more, how do you say it, Umsatz in English, revenue,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not the case. And so I had to go back to my clients, because I need to earn something. I'm not, we are everything we earn with Wundersie, we reinvest in this business. So I need to leave for something. And that's why I had to go back. But I think it's part of the process.
Oh, and your business is still young. I mean,
Yes, I
it
know.
is.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I'm saying it's not quite a failure, but I always rush things, and I want
You're
right now
excited.
everything what I dream of, and that's what I learned. Don't rush things.
Hmm. Yeah.
You will be there where you want to be. Just do your thing constantly, day to day, and you will be there.
Yeah. That's kind of the next question is what took you years to learn? Well, maybe this didn't take you years to learn, but it's definitely a big thing to learn, to trust the process and take it
Yeah.
one step
Yes.
at a time.
Yes. I mean, I've been freelancing, like I'm doing this whole, my own business since 3 years. Before, I was working in an office, I was working in a big American company, and I was an auditor or a revisor.
Yeah.
I was employed and I was getting my salary. And these 3 years, I'm freelancing and I'm doing marketing. It's been so transformational, and the big thing I learned is to trust the process, not to rush the things. Yeah, this was my big learning.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any part of running your business so far that you uh, absolutely, absolutely adore and love and want to do all of it all of the time?
Yeah. I mean, creating a product, doing those all cute, beautiful things for our shop. Yeah, the wool, the products we produce ourselves, or the products we buy somewhere else and then sell in our shop. All this cute stuff.
Yeah.
I really like it. Creating this also in my house where I live with my family. It's a beautiful thing we did inside. That's what I love. That's what I love. Creating this atmosphere, this coziness.
Yeah. Gezelligheid, we say in the Netherlands. Gezellig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Coziness.
that's what I do in my business. On our website, on our online shop, it's very aesthetical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what brings me a lot of joy. And then packing the product, doing it all really beautiful, nicely. I'm like, so that the person who unpacks it, like, wow, and like, this is so beautiful. And then you have a better mood. You like, you're cheered up. And yeah, this.
Yeah. It's an experience and a very positive experience for you as well as the customer
Yeah,
by the
so.
sound of it. Last quick question, and then we'll just start conversing.
Okay.
Anything you absolutely do not like about running a business?
Of course. You have so much like accounting. I mean, even though I used to be an auditor, there are things you must do. We receive in Germany, we receive, especially when you just registered, there are things you have insurance. There are so many things you have to deal, like those bureaucratic papers,
Yeah.
and accounting, doing the books, and
Yeah.
this all, yeah. I have to do it, and no matter how I feel, I have to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
and I do it. I like to do it when I'm in a mood for it,
Yeah.
but but you have to do it till the quarter end, and no, it doesn't matter if you're sick or tired or you want to eat, you have to do these things, and that's what I hate. The questions that I receive sometimes from the others who dream of doing a small business is like, Anna, how did you register? Like those
Yeah.
bureaucratic
Yeah.
questions, those, especially in Germany, because if you make a mistake, you they will not be nice to you with
No. But
Finanzamt.
that's why I think it's I mean for me personally, and I think for a lot of people, especially if you get that like tight feeling in your throat when you talk about when we talk about these things, one of the best things that you can do is as soon as you can afford to pay somebody to do it, just to hand it over and let somebody take care of it that one knows what they're doing and two doesn't mind doing it because they are getting paid for it. And but almost all of the time you have to do these things yourself in the beginning. And of course I did, and of course I know what to do. But I feel like I'm not the person to teach you those kinds of things. And that is somewhere else. I can do the marketing, the branding, the communication, the soulful connection to what you need, all of that. And I leave the rest to it. But we do talk about money, but in other ways.
Yeah, but bookkeeping is anyway it depends on the country you're located in.
Yes, definitely. That's also a big part of it. Absolutely. Yeah. So, well, I think we got to know you a little bit from this. We know your likes, your perhaps dislikes, how long you've been on this path, the fact that you're doing pretty well, and your wishes for the future. You still have enough to wish for. What we didn't mention is what is the unique thing about Wundersie? What do you offer your customers? Are you ready to transform your business this summer? I'm Saskia de Feiter, and I'm excited to introduce our exclusive summer school program. For a limited time, we're offering our renowned Business Circle program at a fraction of the cost. This is your chance to access valuable insights, exercises, and strategies that will help you build a solid foundation for your business. But here's the catch. It's only available for 2 months, and you'll need to commit at least 4 hours a week to see results. This program is perfect for self-motivated individuals who are ready to put in the work. While there are no live Zoom calls or one-on-one sessions as there are in the full program, you'll have access to our supportive community where you can connect with like-minded entrepreneurs and get your questions answered. Don't miss the opportunity to invest in your business growth at an unbeatable price. Join our summer school program now and take your business to the next level. Visit our website or contact me today to learn more and secure your spot. Remember, spaces are limited and this offer won't last long. Act now and make this summer count for your business. Go to patternshift.fm or ja-wool.com and go to Business Circle program to find more info.
Well, we want to, sorry, maybe it sounds a bit big, but modernize, transform this market because I'm tired of products which I just made just to be sold, like plastic, wool that is mainstream, some accessories for knitting that I just not like not nice. They just the market is flooded with stuff with
Yeah.
which when like if you look on Amazon, like you look at this project bags or something, you're like, what? I would never want it for myself. I want something nice. I want to, get it out of my bag when I'm in a train knitting, and I want to have it a nice thing and be proud of it and show it, have something elegant, and not some crap.
So I'm hearing you say design, material, the conscious thinking of
Yes.
what you
What you
pick out.
with what you need, because we started selling wool in our shop, but not just any mainstream wool. We really pick the brands we sell. Like we have an Italian wool that is really something special, because I'm learning as well myself where this wool is coming from. And I also wish that the others would also think, okay, where are my materials coming from?
Okay. And so the main products that most people know you for, the type of products are needle cases and accessories. And they're made of quite an exceptional, interesting material. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, the material is called leather paper or
Mm-hmm.
Lederpapier in German. If we compare it to the Levi's jeans label,
Yeah,
I think they do it now from this material as well. It's not leather anymore. It's
right.
leather paper. So it's really stable, robust material. You can wash it even in a washing machine, but it's not leather. So it's vegan, and it's also sustainable. And it's sustainable because we buy this material in Germany in a small fabric, which they would otherwise burn it because it has some small imperfections and they cannot ship it to their final customers. But we buy this paper with small imperfections. We cut our products, without, of course, those imperfections, but we save this paper, which is an amazing material. Yeah, and we produce our knitting needle organizers out of it. Again, right? Like we are trying to not to create more damage with our business where we can.
Yeah. And the look of them, of course, we'll give you all the contact information. You can go ahead and actually, why don't you mention your Instagram right now? Because people that are listening might want to just have a little bit of a view as they're listening.
Yeah, well, that's my name, Anna. Point Allers.
Yeah. So
That's
that's,
also our Instagram, because I'm sort of a personal brand
yeah.
behind our brand, and that's also where our business is running, on my page, on my account.
Yeah. So that's ANNA dot ALLERS.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay, that's it. Okay. So going back to the look of them, I would describe them as almost like an origami folding technique. And when you are looking at a shape like a triangle, and then you fold it open, and in one movement, it becomes a rectangle.
Yes.
And the rectangle on the left-hand side has a circle stitched on it, and also on the right-hand side. And the circles are stitched with crosses. And so that gives you little pockets where you can put in your circular needles and also your sock needles. I think they'll fit as well, and maybe some small items. And you fold it together and then nothing drops out.
Exactly. And you can have this, you can have it on your bookshelf, it stands.
It's then upside. And then you have the different colors. So there's paper
Yes.
brown, snazzy, almost lacquered lilac, which I'm especially wearing my lilac t-shirt today because it's on brand. And what else do you have?
We have black, we have gray. The best-selling color is, of course, natural.
Is the neutral one. Yeah. Yeah.
Neutral one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely one of your unique selling points is that
Yes.
those products.
Yeah, the uniqueness of them, the
Yeah.
innovative design is, yes.
Definitely, there's nothing like that on the market, not that I've seen in any way. And the way they're produced and the way they look, all of it together makes for a unique product. I love them. It's great. It is because, and this kind of lands us into the realm of values. It is because I have so many needle cases that I would have to throw away really well-functioning items that I do love. Otherwise, I would just, if I'd have crap or things I really didn't like, or if I was ready for an upgrade, I would totally make a bookcase with them because they're so pretty and useful and great. So values, you already talked a little bit about thinking about the environment. Is there anything about your business that you particularly what are particular things that you think are important in running a business, in dealing with customers?
Yes, it's a good question, like, because we are all competing, to be honest. We are all competing with Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
All and small, so we have to be personal. We have to be
Yes.
there for our customers, because I cannot write to Amazon and ask my questions, but my customers can write to me, and I will always help them to pick up the wool for the project or pick up the right case for the needles. So this is the most important for small business, to be like reachable. And that's why we try to have a telephone number, email everywhere, and communicate everywhere you can contact us. And that's what people do. Write us an email, ask us. We are there for you.
Yeah, and you're also very visible on your website and on social media. I think that's one of the interesting things that I want to go a little bit deeper to talk to you about this, because what I experience with my clients a lot of the time is they are too shy to show their faces. And what you then get is, going back to the Amazon thing, is that you land on a website and you don't see a face and you just see products, and it feels very businessy, and you miss the kind of connection that you could have made with your customers. And I think you're doing a really good job with that, but you're also heavy on the social media. What would you say to people who are not comfortable in being on social media as much?
Well, what helps me is doing it together with my mother-in-law. Like, she's one of the shy person. She didn't want to do videos with me, and we did this together, and I was supporting her, and it helped me also. Well, it's sort of, I had to do it because if she's shy, there is somebody from us who needs to be a face, who needs to be there, because exactly like as a small business, this is the biggest and one of the biggest advantages you have is that you are a person, and that's why people buy from you, because you are there. So you have to show yourself.
Yeah. And I think you can do it. And there's a whole spectrum from not showing yourself to being a full content creator. There's everything in between.
Find your format.
Exactly.
I never, I started YouTube a couple of months ago, and I never thought it would be so easy for me. there is another social media like LinkedIn, which is a text. It's not really for us relevant for businesses like us. It's more, B2B. But I was also on LinkedIn for a while for my freelancing, and it was really difficult for me because it's a lot of text. It's not my format. I like a video. I just sit down and I chat and I talk. And then we're just working on my mindset, working with the coach who helped me to believe in me that, I'm worth what I'm telling, and whatever barriers I have in my mind, we worked on them. So it was also a process for me to step by step open up. And now I do YouTube and I'm like, wow, it's really, I really like it. And
Yeah. So
it's my
did you decide on working with a coach for that reason specifically?
Well, I was freelancing and I changed basically my profession from auditing to marketing. And I had a lot of, like, if I could, mind fucks,
Yeah, you can say that.
yeah, a lot of things like I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
I changed. I'm like, I'm not as experienced as anybody else on the market. A lot of things in my mind. That's why I went to the coach. But, working on those things, you of course clear out some other mind fucks you had
Yeah,
in your head,
yeah, you
which
do.
helps you to to be visible on social media.
Yeah. I loved working with a coach. I mean, it's an investment, but you are investing in yourself and in your business.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be like super, super expensive, but I think sometimes we forget that in order to make money, sometimes you also have to invest money. Not always, but and there's other ways to go about it. Like good chats with friends will help you as well, as long as you're willing to take their advice.
Yes, sharing with your family your difficulties, because my husband, he's still telling me, Anna, you can do it. And he's showing me like this the things I can do good, and it helps.
Yeah.
It helps. It also gives me confidence.
And if you know Wundersie and Anna and what she does online, I would have never thought that you asked for help with this, because this is not how you come across. You come across as genuine and as a loving, kind person with a lot of feeling for aesthetics and enjoying what you do. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing somebody who takes a lot of effort in selling their products in a way that kind of it feels good to you. It's not like yucky selling, but you're definitely selling your product. You're not selling your lifestyle and hoping that somebody will buy your product. And I think some people get a little bit confused about it. Their whole idea of marketing is just having an Instagram account. And of course, choosing your channel is one step, and then figuring out how much of you want to share. Because what I said earlier, on that scale from not being visible at all to being a full content creator, you cannot be a full content creator because that's a job in itself. You have to have enough time to do the things and make the decisions that bring your business forward. And that's such a Falco, such a
It is like even making the stories on Instagram is a work that you have to schedule in your
yes.
calendar. You have to schedule time for it. It's not like you sit, you know.
And stop if your block of work time is over and do something else. Yeah, I'm seeing your eyes go, yeah, I should do more of that.
like you mean block the time if you
Yeah, it's just or say like Monday is content creation day, and the rest of the week, maybe I will react to whatever I have posted on Wednesday for half an hour, and then I'll do the other stuff.
Yeah, I like every day I have a time scheduled for stories. Or if I know I have some new products and we have to do the storytelling, announce the launch, then I definitely schedule the stories, and I schedule like maybe even 1 hour, because it's not, you see that my stories and it seems so easy and easygoing and natural, but it really takes me time and really takes me effort sometimes to do them, because I'm a woman and I have my circles, I have my, it's
Yeah.
natural. I
Yeah.
can, yeah. So, and I also schedule, like today is a Thursday, and I on Thursdays I do my YouTube videos and I schedule them, and I stick to the schedule.
Yeah.
I do that.
I need that too. I need it just for the basic fact of um doing a little bit more effort on putting on lipstick and having freshly washed hair, all of that. If I had to do it on the go every single time, I try that. But then I don't feel great. Or I feel great because I'm like, I'm supernatural and it's fine. People can see me like right out of bed, but I don't always feel like that. So it's kind of finding the balance of, and this is the work around boundaries. How much of yourself are you willing to give? How much is self? How much is business? Where do you plan it? And with all of that together, you can find a balance that works for you and that works for your business. But it's conscious thinking.
Yes, it's conscious thinking. It's constant working. Yeah, just constantly doing it, like from day to day, sticking to your schedule, and not dropping the ball. You
Mm,
know, this is what, yeah, this is what brings you there where you want to be,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
also.
that has been an interesting thing for me. We talked about it in the community with our we have a monthly wins and woes meetup where we talk about our wins and our woes.
Yeah.
And I talked about this month. I've been having hard time showing up in my newsletters, being there every other week, because I've not been fit. I've been sick,
Mm.
and it's been hard. And how much are you going to beat yourself up about it, and how much can you just keep that a little bit more loosely in your hand? Because all the marketing gurus online say you have to show up consistently, otherwise you'll lose. I'm a little bit less strict about that, not just because I'm in a position where I have some things with my health, but also for everybody else. It's not healthy.
I mean, like just this week, I also committed doing a newsletter once per week. It usually comes out on Friday. But also this week, I did my teeth.
Oh, wisdom tooth?
No, but
Oh,
it's also something complicated. I did
yeah.
yesterday. So that's why this week I said, okay, I skipped the newsletter tomorrow
Yeah.
this week, because yes, yesterday I had to take care of myself, and I can't today, do the like plan, like I can't jump over my head. So I do the newsletter next week, and that's okay. It's the same like you do with sport, with with the diet. It's the same
Yeah.
process. You just you commit to yourself, you do it, you try to keep it constantly, but it's okay if you one time you skip it. You have a reason, and
You're
you
human.
them up. So you want to do it next week. It's not like the way of thinking where my newsletter, I'm doing it for 3 months and I still have 10 subscribers. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Mm,
No, keep going, but think of how can you get the new subscribers. What can you do else? Because probably what you're doing is just not maybe the right thing, but don't stop it completely because it's just not working right now.
yeah. And so when you make your content for social media, I mostly have seen Instagram, and I've also seen one YouTube video. Um,
Mhm.
when people land there, how do you what's the next place you want them to go? Are you trying to sell them to go and buy something on the spot? Do you want them to come back to Instagram? Do you want them to sign up for the newsletter? Do you have thoughts, ideas about that?
Yes, and it's not, it depends on it's really, well, when we talk about social media, first, for me, I have, like now we are on Instagram, we are on Pinterest, like we are pinning every day. We are on YouTube with a weekly video on YouTube. Instagram, we do daily. We do also a newsletter, and also we do a blog, like on an online shop. Um, and I also want to do LinkedIn, and I want to do YouTube in Russian. And so I think that you have to be everywhere. Like you have to develop your social media step by step so that you are really, if you want more customers, you have to be on a lot of platforms. And then it's a constant movement around the channels that we have. The main goal is to bring them to our online shop. So it's either from Instagram, from a reel, from a stories, or from YouTube. It doesn't matter. But the goal is to have traffic in our online shop. Right?
Do you know where most of your customers come from? And let's not forget the fairs and the festivals and the markets.
Oh yeah, the markets we do as well. And we, also there is, and when we go to the market, of course, we sell on the spot. For now, it's actually the best working platform for us to be on the market. That's where we sell the most. But then I also inform people that we have Instagram, and I bring them or to the Instagram and then to the online shop. Like I try to get them subscribed to any of our channels from where they go to our online shop so that they stay with us for a longer time. So we don't have to get all the new people every time, but we nurture the people that we already have so that they come all over and over to us.
And why not put the emphasis on a newsletter so that they don't directly have to buy, but they're in your kind of bubble, a little bit more close to you, a little bit more information compared to Instagram, where they give you a little heart and they love it and they give a little heart and then they move on. Is there anything, do you have any plans or thoughts around that?
You mean rather have focus on one platform?
On getting people to your newsletter. So say you're on a fair or market,
yeah, we do that.
to first of all get them on the newsletter rather than focus first on Instagram.
It's like for me, I started on Instagram, like my whole journey started on Instagram like 6 years ago. So for me, Instagram is a key. That's what I do the best.
Yeah, you're
comfortable. And I know how with my stories and with my storytelling, how then to, from the stories to bring people where I want them to go. So for me, Instagram is like a starting point.
Yeah.
And when we're on the market, yes, I inform people, to try to bring people to Instagram, not to our newsletter, because from my experience, subscribing to newsletter takes you much more effort than subscribing to somebody's Instagram, because newsletter is a bigger commitment. You get emails in your mailbox. Not everybody wants it, but to subscribe to Instagram is much less commitment. And I know how to bring them from Instagram to newsletter. Like, I accumulate this.
That's what I mean.
On Instagram, and then I do a drop and I bring them to newsletter, and I see a race of my subscribers on my newsletter. Like, because I plan newsletter, I think, okay, what can I which content I do for newsletter, which sort of motivates my Instagram followers to go and subscribe to my newsletter. So that's my way of strategy of thinking.
Yeah. That's what I was after, what your thinking and your strategy behind it is. Yeah. Sounds great. Yeah. So, have you started to measure things like, as I was saying before, do you know where most of your customers come from? Do you know if they are returning customers? How much of that kind of thing do you do?
Well, and yeah, we still do not enough, I think, and it's also not always easy to track with new guidelines. We don't always see in our shop where the person is coming from, and we see a lot of, like, if I take Pinterest and I see the outgoing clicks from Pinterest, and then I compare them with the incoming clicks on our online shop, the number will not match.
Don't match.
Like, really, it's like not even close. So it's really difficult to track. But what we do, I wish I was doing it on a weekly basis, but I can't do it. It's not like I track the numbers on our online shop. And also I check this Google, how do you call it on Google?
I forgot to Google.
Yeah, but there, see, but I'm not doing it.
But they're making it so complicated, and then they're changing everything around. Like, and that's why I think a lot of small businesses are scared of tracking numbers, but it could be super simple. It could be you've had a festival, then how much more did your sales go up in the next few weeks or not? Did you get more newsletters, subscribers? Those kinds of things can be simple to track, but tell you a lot.
Yeah, like on the scale we do now, we can.
It's called Google Analytics.
Google Analytics, yeah. But on a scale like we are now, it's not that bigger figures that I know what works, where the people are coming from, and we have a lot of returning customers because I know them all from Instagram. I see them all over, and sometimes our Shopify shows us as well. One is coming from YouTube. So I do track the numbers on our Shopify, and I have an Excel where I record them. Where I record, that's actually what I want to do weekly. Like, you record the revenue, you record how much you spend on your ads,
and then don't forget about those apps.
You record whatever else you do, like how much you spend on Pinterest, how much you spend on YouTube or on Instagram, and then how much revenue you get. Then you track those. This simple table I have in Excel. All the other figures I have either in my head because I know the business, because it's not at that big scale, or I check them in Shopify.
Yeah. So I also have, this is, by the way, not an advertisement. I should really reach out to them because I'm always Shopify. I've had a Shopify website for years and I've been very happy with it. When I was in my shop, I also started to use the POS, point of sale system. And whenever I have a moment, I will try to convince my clients that when you're on a market and you have a website that can record, you can sell and get it out of your website at the same moment and record what happens. It just blows my mind that not a lot of people use that they're in their hotel rooms writing down what they've sold so that then the next week or something they can process it. Well, all of that can be fully automated. And of course, it costs a little bit of money, but it takes away so much of the work. And that kind of thinking where you think about working smarter. And as you're saying, you have this whole marketing mix of all these different platforms that you want. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of commitment. So how much of automation, even AI, do you use in your business?
Oh, I use AI for texts. I use daily. For all my content everywhere, I use Perplexity, if I can mention them. I love this AI. And I also now we are just finished automating our B2B process, how our B2B customers buy from us, because before it was very manual. And now I know an IT person. I know why people are struggling with it. He used 5 software programs to build this automation from us, but now it's a portal where our B2B customers log in. and then they see our product catalog, and then they can place an order, all automated, and then they log in again and they see a placed order, and then they see an invoice.
Nice.
All that before was done manually. And also all the orders, we are keep tracking them now in another portal, like we are building our CRM system, basically,
Yeah.
B2B CRM system.
Those are big words, people. B2B CRM system.
B2B is when we sell to our end customers via our online shop, but we also sell to other shops, like yarn shops. We sell our products, our cases.
Yes, thank you. And CRM was the customer relationship management.
Yes, for us, it's where we keep track of our B2B customers, like whom we want to acquire, like whom we already contacted and send an offer, whom we already have. And we also keep a track there of the orders, like per customer, We don't have that many yet, but it's worth.
That's the best thing about it. If you're willing to learn new things within your business and you start when you don't have, when the need is not huge, then you can slowly grow into it. And the other way around it can work as well. I have canceled my CRM system because it was doing too many things. I didn't need it. So I just put it into a Notion page. And another thing is my newsletter system. I was totally invested in getting the best newsletter system, and it was so complicated that I got it, but it wasn't fun anymore. So for that reason, I and this is a little bit of an advert. I have a little discount for you in the show notes, but that's the reason why I went to Flowdesk, because it looks great. It's easy to use. They have everything you need. And sometimes you don't need anything more complicated. But what happens is that people get intimidated and they freeze and they think, never mind, I'll just do Instagram.
Yeah, and I suffer from it as well. I quite, whenever something new I want to start, I so much overcomplicate it in my head that like, okay, that's enough, Anna. You just start right now and just start like whatever. Just do with one simple step. And then start doing it, and I'm like, oh my God, why are you overcomplicating it?
Exactly.
And you asked me at the beginning about my failures, and that's sort of one of them. I was at the beginning, I was also, I get the best social media system, so that when I post the content, it get posted everywhere,
like butterflies.
And then it costed me a lot of money per month. And at some point I canceled it because, like, Anna, come on, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it. You can post on Instagram, and then you post on YouTube. You can, plan it. Maybe you post on YouTube 1 month and ahead, those shorts, You don't have to do it daily at least, but you don't need a super complicated, expensive system for it or software.
Yeah.
Now, at least you don't. Yeah.
And this is what I'm doing right now. So we are recording the audio, but also the video, because I have been thinking about for a while now, to also show this on YouTube. But I'm still not sure, because that means if I do my solo things as well, people are just looking at me in this frame. And if it's a conversation, that's different. That's like more lively.
So what, you just try it,
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'll just try it and see how it goes, and I'll put some lipstick in the drawer of my desk, and I'm ready to go. So yeah, trial and error, and basically that goes and I've said this before, one of the coolest things I've learned is that, especially when it comes to marketing in itself is a trial and error. What works for your customer? And of course, you can do some pre-work and talk to them and ask them questions, but you still have to figure out what works. And is the market changing, or are the platforms changing? Then you kind of need to feel into that and change and do that as well. Like the weird apps and the weird things that I've tried that I don't even remember the name of. But some things stick, some things don't. But make sure that you have enough energy and enough time to do the things you know are effective, but also where you feel
Yes.
good and relaxed. And if you're not great and good and relaxed, then find that piece where you can feel like that and where you can be authentic. And it's totally possible to be yourself and also kind of step a little bit outside of that comfort zone. That's
Yeah.
also part of running a business. It's just part of the deal.
Yeah. Yeah. We-
So that was a total solo rant.
and-
Sometimes
but
I get into it. I'm like, yeah. So, oh my gosh, we talked about so much. It also almost always goes a lot to social media, but I think that you have told us the story of it's not just social media and being mindful of the choices you make around your product, your branding, your marketing, your contact with your customers, super important. And automating some things so that you have a little bit more time to do all of those things. So, last question, do you use any specific planning systems, calendars, journaling? I don't know.
Being fake. I'm like I already. I don't like surprises. I have to plan. Yeah, weeks ahead. I use Notion
Yeah.
for my daily business to dos. Yeah, for everything. Notion is all my life. If I lose access to Notion, I will cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use. Yeah, I plan.
So
I have a journal, handwritten. I also have Notion.
so and when you journal, is that more personal or also for business? When you journal with pen and paper,
It's a mix.
it's a mix, yeah.
It's a mix. Like, well, I don't use Google Calendar. I don't like online calendars. But I put in the journal. I have my meetings.
Yeah.
I have them in a journal, but I also have them in my Notion for the weekly to do, where I tick a box if it's done. And in my journal, I have like meetings, business and personal, but also family stuff, and whatever my inspirational thoughts, whatever ideas I have, I put them. Almost always, I first write them on a paper, and then I bring them to Notion, where I structure and organize better. If I really think we should stick to it, if it's really an idea I want to do right now. But all my plans, like social media, content plans, everything is in Notion. Very organized. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very organized person.
I force myself to becoming that person, and it's very useful. Yeah. So for me, obviously, I use bullet journal and Notion as well as digital calendars, because for things that I do with my family and making sure that things don't overlap with work. So it's a matter of choosing what works for what thing. Sometimes pen and paper is the best, and there's nothing like it. And sometimes you just want a digital thing that goes beep, beep. You're on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. I think I got great insights in how you work and what are the plans for the near future. Anything new coming? Anything you want to share with an audience?
We have always plans. We do launches of new products, like not I think every month maybe, because it's always also a test and trial what
Yeah.
product will stick. So Christmas is coming. I mean, we have huge plans.
Yeah.
We even do a collaboration with a needle producer, knitting needles producer. This will be big, and it will be something which people can do as a gift. Like they will have our case, which is sustainable, beautiful, very practical, not like you see on the market, all those Asia made stuff. and then with really good needles inside. Oh my God, this is
This sounds
very
really
fun.
exciting. Okay, so people sign up for the newsletter so you will not
Sign
miss
up.
the Instagram posts.
Sign up for the newsletter.
Sign up. So go to the website, which is
wundersie.de.
and you can also find that in the show.
Go to Instagram, and in my link, bio link, there is a link to sign up for newsletter.
Not just hover on Instagram, sign up for the newsletter as well. Promise.
Yeah, that's where we have all the links.
Yeah, that's where you are sure people will not miss, or a little bit more sure.
Yeah, a little more sure.
Yeah.
That's what they shouldn't miss.
And just be on Instagram for funsies, just for cool. Yeah. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for your time, your stories, and I hope to see you in Berlin or somewhere else again soon.
Oh, yeah, we will. We are planning a lot of markets next year.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Saskia.
Hi, this is editing Saskia here. It was so amazing to talk to Anna of Wundersie, and it's been a while. Actually, we recorded this interview the 5th of September, which is more than a month ago. I have been away to the UK in the meantime, and I've also been struggling a lot, honestly, with my energy levels. I've had COVID, and then I had whooping cough. I didn't even know I could get that anymore because I was vaccinated as a kid, but apparently as an adult, you still can get it. And so I've been basically recovering and having very low energy and also kind of low mood, honestly. But I'm getting there. I'm getting back. My voice is weird in some of this interview. It sounds like I'm super emotional, but I promise you I wasn't. I just had a little bit of a creak in my voice because of all the coughing that I've been doing for the last 4 months, believe it or not. So the summer break has been a bit longer than usual, and I finally feel like I'm slowly getting back to somewhat of a normal energy level. I feel like I've been really susceptible to all kinds of things. Like I've had colds on top of it and everything. So the last couple of months, actually, I've been taking some more time for me. I've been crafting more, I've been reading more, and prioritizing my health and my well-being, because I'm not fun to be around if I'm exhausted. I can tell you that much. But things are looking up, and it's a nice, crispy fall autumn day out here in Rotterdam, and I'm enjoying the weather and hanging out in the garden with the chickens. I've been knitting my trachtenjacke for my husband, and it's endless rows of garter stitch. I've been sewing ski pants for myself with my sewing teacher because, it's kind of complicated, but I'm doing that. What else have I been doing? I've been spinning. I also help Lisette from Schapendraak at the Breidagen, so I was there for a day. After that, I was utterly exhausted, I could tell you. I am not used to stand for a whole day anymore. Ever since I closed the shop, that kind of ability went down quickly. And I'm doing it again this Friday as I'm helping her again at another festival. Oh, and I wanted to mention that Anna was talking about working together with a needle producer. And ever since we recorded this interview, she has talked about on Instagram what needle producer this is. And I thought it was a big deal. So let me share this with you. The Wundersie needle cases now also come with Adi needles. So it's a German brand produced in Germany, really good quality. And you can get a whole needle set with the Wundersie needle case and the Adi needles. So that's amazing. Congratulations, Anna. Okay, I will talk to you next time. Or, no, yeah, I will. I will be talking to you, and hopefully you will be listening. Thank you. Bye. If you want to build or grow your business in textile crafts, why don't you join our online community for the small monthly contribution of only €10, which is basically $10-ish. You get to hang out, learn from, and share your business and your personal craft journey with all the lovely people there. Support the podcast at the same time, and you get everything wrapped into one loving package. I would love to welcome you there. Go to patternshift.fm and click community. And while you're there, sign up for our emails so you'll never miss a thing.